everything feels extremely bleak right now. I don't know if you feel the same way, but right now, everything kind of feels like staring at a dry wall. It's sad, really, because I think I noticed on my birthday this year that it was not like the other birthdays. It was not like, even if last year my birthday was completely forgotten, this one really put the nail in the coffin for me. Like, yeah, it was fun. I managed to swim in a pool. I managed to be with friends. It was relaxing. But right after my birthday, life was the same. And kind of funny because, oh, okay, you're an adult. Like, of course it's going to feel the same. But if it felt the same in a way that was almost dull. So like before, I was excited to start a new year. But after my birthday, I was just like, it's another one. That's it. It's just another one. I don't do anything. I'm sad, I think, because I believed that this summer was going to be different. I believed that I was going to do a bunch of cool shit this summer. But I didn't. It didn't happen. Like, we're almost at the end of it. I wouldn't say the end of it, but like we're in the middle of it, right? And in a way, school is starting soon, and I have not done anything. So yeah, it's bleak. But at the same time, it's safe. Because if nothing is moving, then that's literally nothing is moving. Like, there's no risk into doing anything because nothing is happening. So yeah, it's stagnant. It doesn't move, hence it's safe. But I want things to move. Okay, hi, it's me again. I wanted to just come on here to clarify a little bit. I want things to move, sure. But I feel like I'm not moving mainly because I'm afraid. So a lot of our problems kind of come from within, especially mine, like, because I'm not moving, because I'm so comfortable in not moving, because I'm afraid to deviate from the path that I think is the right one. And I think I wanted to make this like part of the video clearer. I'm not complaining that things are not moving in a way that like it's somebody else's fault. I know that I'm stuck because I'm not making the decision to move. But also, this other part of the video that follows after that. But a lot of like my problems comes from the fact that I am too comfortable and I need to stop being too comfortable. But with what is happening right now, it doesn't feel like we should be moving. I don't know, it feels really weird. Like, my thought process behind this weird feeling that I had recently is just, it doesn't feel real. I do remember, like, a few summers ago when my birthday felt exciting, where I was just hopeful to the future. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do everything to advance my career. But right now it feels kind of like I feel like a cog in a machine. It doesn't feel fulfilling. It doesn't nothing is really motivating. Every time I open TikTok, I am literally thrown across the room from seeing either the most enviable lifestyle ever and the most depressing story that I've heard all day. I mean, I might be exaggerating, but it feels like this regardless. I think the problem is, yeah, I'm in my 20s, and when you are in your 20s, you're still figuring things out, and you're like, I'm performing for the masses. I'm like constantly performing to appeal to a more palatable audience while also thinking that I'm doing everything wrong. So yeah, it's fucking bleak because it feels like I'm running on a treadmill, but I'm not moving. Like, you know, when you're working out, walking on a treadmill, you're running on a treadmill. It's just the thing behind you is moving, but you're not moving. But how do you get off the treadmill that is going extremely fast without busting your head open? That's a gore image, but regardless. Every day I learn something new about what I should and I shouldn't do. For example, like, you should be grateful for what you have, but you're allowed to want more. But you have to be realistic. But you can't listen to some of your limiting beliefs. But you have to trust that the universe has your best interest at heart. But it's difficult to keep thinking that way when we keep seeing people struggle, when we keep seeing the collective have problems. So, like, there's more and more people that are unemployed. There's more and more people that are let go of their jobs. There's more and more people that return to their parents' house because they cannot afford to live on their own anymore. And there are people who have so much wealth that they don't know what to do with it, but they criticize the people that are getting laid off, and they're telling them to stop whining and work harder. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, do you not realize how insane that sounds? Like, okay, I'm going to give a little example. Right now, where I'm from, they keep making cheap apartments for old people. For old people. And I'm like, okay, so where do the young people go? Where do the students go? Because there's no way I'm paying like $1,500 for a studio apartment while I'm full-time at school, or while I'm struggling to find an entry-level job. Like, what do you mean you have to do it for old people? What? Why? I hate to be that person, but the old people are all gonna die. And what are you gonna do with the apartments for the old people once these old people fucking die? I wanted to make a quick PSA as I'm editing this. It sounds very aggressive, but okay. I do not hate old people. I do not, okay? I'm just extremely frustrated. That is the only thing that the people are putting money towards. The young people are always basically being forgotten, okay? And it feels like we're not helping the younger people, like, advancing in life. Instead, we're just, oh, there's too many old people, we need to make more places for the old people. But, like, why don't you also make the same effort for the younger people? So, and then there's always these, like, TikToks, but, like, whining about the kids. But, like, we're not helping them at all. Like, they can't do shit because everything is so fucking expensive. Like, you need the money of a 34-year-old to be able to do stuff. But nobody has the money of a 34-year-old when they're, like, in their early 20s. Nobody has that. And then there's us, the people in their 20s, whose life kind of feels constantly pushed because we were promised something. We were promised that if we work hard and if we go to school, we're gonna have the future that we want. And it's not fucking happening. We did everything we were told to do, but we're not getting the results that. And it's like always like, well, sometimes we have to do sacrifices. Dude, I've done the sacrifices. I've been to college twice. Okay? First time, I did some stupid language thing. Okay? Second time, I went for media studies. I went for a future that seemed bright at the time. And where I'm from right now, they don't fucking invest in young people who has done their studies there. There's some people that have worked in this field, like animation, 3D modeling, writing, anything like that, in that creative field. They have worked for 10 to 15 years in that sphere, and they have been let go because AI took their fucking job. And I'm not kidding. They took the job, and they're like recycling the thing that that person has worked for 10 to 20 years to do it AI slop style. Okay, another clarification. It's not just my field of study that has been like taken over. Like there's no, what I mean is that it's more and more industries are just cutting costs, and a lot of people are being let go. And just like, I think one afternoon, a company just let go 50% of the effective working force, which is insane if you think about it. Okay, it's insane if you think about it, because it's happening at random, right? Job security doesn't exist anymore, no matter what you did. So like, if you studied for 3 years, it doesn't fucking matter. That's what I was getting at. Like, there's people who have dedicated their entire lives to working at a place, and they are being laid off because they were the unlucky batch. It doesn't have to do with your skills, your talent. It doesn't have to do with anything. It's just, you're a number. And I mean, this is how it feels, right? You're a number and you're getting laid off because they don't want to pay. They don't have the money to pay you, which makes it 10 times worse, because then there's your other colleagues who got to keep their jobs, and it's like, it's creating a very toxic environment, because you do not want to lose your job, so you have to work 10 times harder, because there's like 50% of the workforce that is gone, so you have to pick up the slack of the people that are gone. And I think, I don't know, I think it's something we need to work on, and we need to get to the root cause of it. And because this is getting out of hand. And I'm here, I graduated, I see this happening, I'm like, okay, so when do I get the chance to prove myself? When do I get the chance to actually work in a place I've studied for? Right now I have a job, which I'm very grateful for, but it's not something I studied for. I have to take a small job that a teenager could have, because I cannot work in the place that I've studied for, because everyone and their mother is cutting fucking costs. So yeah, it's bleak. It's bleak. But I guess I have to make silly little TikToks for older people to make fun of me on the news to get their attention, because otherwise, what else are we gonna do? Like, if that's the only fucking way we get to make you listen, then I'm going to make the fucking TikToks. I'm going to allow you to make fun of me. We're basically in a high school where it's okay to be bullying people for trying. Are you proud of that? I want to know. I genuinely want to know. Because if we think about it, did you peak in high school? Question, big question. Did you peak in high school? Because what do you mean you're making fun of kids or young people for trying to survive in a world you left behind? I'm in my late 20s and I'm still struggling. I am going back to school because that's what I've been told would give me a future. I'm literally studying science, cognitive science. So don't tell me there's not a fucking future in that field. but I'm doing everything that the fucking old people told me to do, and my career is on hold. Because everything is too damn expensive and nobody wants to invest in the future. Because the future is bleak. So yeah, that was my rant. I wanted to, that was a bit aggressive. I'm not sorry for that. I needed to vent and let out some steam, so... and if you felt called out, well, that's good. I don't feel sorry at all, so...